Now our second example is not as straightforward as our first example, but we are going to follow the same steps. So here I have my two systems. I still want everything to be lined up. My x's, my y's, my equal signs, everything else. And I still want to have the same but opposite number in front of either my x variable or my y variable. So if I look in front of my x, I have a -9 and a -4. Neither one are the same or opposite of each other. In front of my y, I have a +4 and a +8. We have the same issue here. Neither one are the same but opposite. So I need to force one of the smaller numbers, either the -4x or the +4y, to become either the -9x or the +8y. So the first question I want to ask myself is, can I change -4x into a -9x? And I can't, not evenly at least. Then I want to go to the y. Can I change my 4y into an 8y? And that I can do. If I multiply 4 by 2, it's going to give me 8. Now that's still going to leave it as a +8. In order to get it to be the opposite sign, I'm going to end up multiplying through by a -2. That way it'll make it a -8y. So my whole first equation, I'm going to distribute my -2 to each number. So -2 times -9x is a +18x. -2 times a 4y is a -8y. And a -2 times a -26 is a +52. Now I'm not changing the second equation at all. It has the 8y that I want. So I'm going to rewrite that whole second equation below my new one. So -4x plus 8y equals -24. Now before I go any further, I want to just make sure that I have the same but opposite coefficient in front of the y's like I intended to have. So the top one is a -8y and my bottom is a +8y. So same number, but now I have opposite signs. That's what that negative sign did with our 2. Now like in our previous example, we're going to add in columns up and down. So 18x plus a -4x will give me a +14x. -8y plus 8y is 0, so the y's will eliminate like we want. +52 plus a -24 will give me a +28. Now I only have my x variable remaining, so I'm going to divide both sides by 14. 28 divided by 14 will give me x to equal 2. Now, like I said in the previous example, we are going to revert back to a substitution type of method. I'm going to either pick my very first equation or my second equation. I do not have to go back to the equation that I multiplied through by -2. It's going to be the same as the original, just with larger numbers. So use one of the two original equations to make it easier on yourself. So in this one, I'm going to use my second equation with the -4x plus 8y equal to -24. Since I know x to be 2, I'm going to have -4 times 2 plus 8y equal to -24. Now I'm going to simplify so I can solve for my y variable. -4 times 2 is a -8 plus 8y equals -24. To solve for my y, I'm going to add 8 to both sides. 8y is now going to equal a -16. I'm going to divide by a +8, and my y will be a -2. Like all of the other problems that we have done that involve a system, I'm going to write my solution as a coordinate point, x, y. So it's going to be 2, -2.